Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're taking a look at the, well, not so new, but new to me, the Colourpop It's My Pleasure eyeshadow palette, along with their cream liner gel pot in the shade Piggy Bank, the purple color. Also, the mascaras, their BFF mascara. I have two shades. Don't know where the other one is, but I got the light purple and the royal blue. If you want to take a look at 3 eyeshadow looks, swatches, comparison swatches, because I have the Lila palette and La Vie en Rose on standby, then please keep on watching. Hello my friends, if it's your first time here, my name is Alicia and thank you for coming. Kinky Sweat is what I name my platform, as I have kinky hair and a sweat life. As a movement professional who loves beauty, I look to involve all my loves, put them on one platform, so if you have similar interests, you can too join in on the fun. I had to get this palette because Mel Thompson was like, this is the best purple eyeshadow palette ever. She was blown away by the quality, and I am a huge fan of Colourpop. The only reason why I didn't buy it right away was because I felt like I just bought Colourpop something. And for me, and now I just wait until someone else's feedback, because if it was up to me, you're right, I would buy each and every eyeshadow palette from Colourpop. She said it was outstanding, and I actually used this in my Hakuhoro brush haul video. If you want to see that eye look, I don't know if I'll recreate it here, so I'm trying to do as many different looks as I can. This is the eyeshadow palette. It comes in their standard 9-pan packaging. The compact is plastic. I love the edge-to-edge mirror. I think this is actually an ideal shape to bring along with on trips. You could see your whole face. You could do your whole face makeup as well as the eyes. Lightweight. You have the names under each pan, and that's in a beautiful purple metallic finish. On the back, you have It's My Pleasure along with the shade graph. The box that it came in with, matte box, It's My Pleasure in the purple metallic lettering, pretty much likens to what the actual palette looks like. Not only want to use the eyeshadow palette, but I want to dive into this cream gel liner, which I tested out last night, and this is not playing around. I also tried on the mascara in my Hakuhoro video. This is the new BFF volumizing mascara. I have it both in Purple Prose and Blew Your Mind. This is what the box looks like. It has holographic lettering, or actually the holographic is just the Colourpop label. I know it's tough to see because it's so sunny. And then you have the different color BFFs around the box, as these are the different colors that the mascara comes in. Let me tell you, man, just from using these two, I kind of want to buy all of them now, but I know that's not practical and it's dumb. So I'm just trying to hold myself back on that, okay? Here's what the actual tube looks like, and each, depending on the color, you'll have that color print all over the tube, as well as the Colourpop label and the volumizing mascara title, and of course the sticker behind there so you know what mascara you're dealing with. But you pretty much know, because again, the color inside is indicated by the design outside, so very easy to fish out if you have a bunch of mascaras. Kind of impressed with this formula. It's not as punchy as the Too Faced Waterproof, which is my #1 main mascara. I have to say though, for days that I don't want a super crazy eyelash look, which is very rare for me, if I wanted that light fluttery daily no makeup look lash, I feel this formula, if I got the black shade, would actually look really nice on my lashes. Contemplating, we'll see if I go there with that, but as of now, I really love the purple and the royal blue. Let's get into some details, heading over to the Colourpop website now, as not only will we get the product details, we'll do the swatches because they have color descriptions, which is just so freaking helpful, and we will do our comparison swatches with Lila and La Vie en Rose. You know, we just had to. Did anyone get the Zodiac pigments? I'm holding back, man. I know some of them look really nice. I might get a few, but it's just like so much makeup, you know what I mean? As of now, it is still in stock. $12 for 9 shades. You can't beat it. You know Colourpop's price point is insanely reasonable, and they deliver on performance for sure. 132 reviews, and all 5 stars are lit. Not bad, man. Product is made in the USA and cruelty free. As far as the grams go, each eyeshadow pan weighs in at 1 gram each, or 0.04 ounces each. Kittenfish is a matte cool lavender. Do or Dough is a metallic bright lavender with blue duochrome flip. That's a gorgeous shade. I have spaces in between because I would like to swipe in some comparison swatches from the other palettes I have. So I'm doing this for a reason. Don't you worry. Pretty Cruel is a matte berry mauve with gold flex, excuse me. Love that. I love me a mauve. You know I love my mauves. Bare Minimum is a metallic berry violet. That's nice. Earthshine, a metallic pinky lavender with a blue duochrome flip. It's hard to see the blue, and I actually would treat this as a topper shade on the other colors in here. This has beautiful shine, and man, I feel would transform something into something nice. You know what I'm saying? Chick Lit is a metallic deep amethyst. And I'm running out of room. You know what? That's okay. I'll use my other arm, which is a little weird because I'm not left-handed, but I've been practicing, so here we go. Mr. Sandman, Icy Rose with a silver sheen. Oh, that is so pretty. I love that shade. Icy is right. It is shiny. Look at that. I can't mess up the swatches on this, so I have to be very careful. Okay. Fan Fiction is a matte, dusty pink. Gorgeous. I love this shade. I tried it on already. It's a good one. And last we have Sleeper, which is a matte eggplant. Ooh, this one has some body, man. It has a lot more punch than Divina, which is the shade that it reminds me of from Through My Eyes in the I Love Sada E collab. Now it is the time. It is the time. Why did I close that? I know I'm gonna have to keep this open because I'm gonna have to remember the shade names. Cracking into Lila. Let's see what possibly could match up with these shades in It's My Pleasure. Well, without a doubt, let's go into Amethyst. See how that compares to Chick Lit. Put it right next to it. Interesting. It actually turns out a little more blue, and the one from Colourpop looks more purple. Pat McGrath, La Vie en Rose. Let's see what you got. Purple Rain next to Chick Lit. Do we have a dupe for Purple Rain? Get the heck out. I will say that Purple Rain has a little more, it's just a touch more creamy. As you see, you can see that there's a lot more texture to the shadow. It just has a little more body to it, but I mean, very, very similar. And if you have La Vie en Rose desires and temptations, but you can't drop the dollars, I would consider It's My Pleasure, at least for the purple, you know? Chick Lit ain't bad. What else do we got? Let's see. Well, you know, that's kind of my gripe with Lila. As much as I love the palette, the mattes, I wish there were actually more true purple mattes other than the taupey colors we got going on. So I really actually can't compare any of the mattes to the ones in It's My Pleasure, because the ones in It's My Pleasure are just more purple in nature. Even the non-purple mauve one, Pretty Cruel, has a lot more warmth to it than any of the ones in Lila. Maybe this one? Or this one? What is that? Mauve. It says Mauve Nude, so let's give it a shot, shall we? Oh yeah, there's nowhere near it. Definitely more rosy in tone than the one from Lila. I do want to actually swatch. Well, let's see. This is definitely more pink in comparison to Paranormal. Paranormal is one of my most favorite purple mattes in the universe. Let's see here. What does that look like? Oh yeah, that's definitely more purple in tone, but you see why. It is just a stunning color. Definitely more purple in nature than the pink shade and the deep eggplant shade, for sure. I want to see now Bare Minimum. Bare Minimum is the one. You know what? I'm gonna have to go on the other arm. I'm gonna have to go on the other arm. Let's do this again. Bare Minimum from Colourpop. I'm gonna put this here. Gorgeous shade. It's giving us magenta depth. Viola from Lila. Ooh, interesting. Viola actually has more of a satin finish in comparison to the one from Colourpop. Colourpop has definitely more glitz and shine in that shade. Let's also give Magnetic a try. This shade here right on the center. Do it here. And that definitely comes out more pinky in tone than what is that called? Bare Minimum. This by far will just show up more pink. Rose Risque. Yep, without a doubt. So I would say the one from Colourpop is like a mixture of both if you kind of want a little more magenta but not so hot pink. Any other shades that scream swatch next to me? Well, I'm sure there are a couple, but you know what? I have to say that they're not really a lot of topper-like shades. And Lila, the It's My Pleasure has like those fun topper shades with the glitz and the duochrome flips. Like this is a lot more toned down in terms of finish. You have a lot more metallic and satin here versus the It's My Pleasure where you have a lot more glitz and shine. For instance, Earth Shine here in the center, Mr. Sandman. These two have a lot of like in terms of finish and overall sparkly effect on the lids. Same thing with La Vie en Rose. La Vie en Rose has a lot of metallic shades and again, not a lot of topper situations. You'll find that more in her bigger mothership palettes where she has like the astral shades where you could apply those on top of her other metallics and shimmers, and in that case, they will transform the shadow to do a little more sparkling glitz for effect. That's why I love this palette, because you get a little bit of both. You get a little bit of the glitz, a little bit of the metallic, and you still have your mattes, and you'll have a lot more variety in terms of how glitzy you want it to go or how toned down you want it to go. All right, friends, I think we did it. So that means we could take this off and go into our demo. And with details and swatches out of the way, you know what time it is. As you know, in my 3-look videos, I'll do one eye on camera, the other eye off, show you the completed look, use false lashes as it is easier to change looks with as opposed to removing mascara each and every time. Already have Fenty Beauty's Instant Retouch on my lids, but I'm just gonna apply a little bit more. I just filmed my Hakuhodo video, so I'm gonna use Hakuhodo everything for this demo. Using my J122R to blend out my concealer. Oh, I love it for this. Yes. I had a purple look before, that's why it kind of looks purple under my lash line. Pretty cool with my J5522. This has sparkle in it, but it looks like it still will blend out matte, so we shall see. I see a little sparkle on my lid, but it's not terrible, and I feel like it's not disrupting the blend. The eyeshadow still appears smooth, it doesn't look patchy, and I love this shade. It has a really nice rosy mauve tone to it. All right, what should I go in with next? You know, I think this is gonna be my daily eye. And with that, I'm gonna go in with my J5523 Pretty Cruel and just drag that on my lower lash line. And also use the brush to place a little bit more on the inner, or I should say outer V of my eye. Just for kicks, going in with Fan Fiction. I wanna see how this shade transforms Pretty Cruel. Just so that if you really wanted to use one of these purples but you needed to keep it daily friendly, I don't think it will bring the eye look too far along the crazy spectrum. I feel like you'll still be in the neutral-ish zone. I think that added a really nice color and hue to the look. But again, Pretty Cruel, as you just saw, looked phenomenal on its own. And I feel if you just wanted to stick to that mauve shade, you could have. Excellent. Let's go in with Earth Shine because, or you know what? Let's go in with Mr. Sandman. I'm gonna use my finger for this because Mr. Sandman has a little bit of texture as you see. And I just want to press it onto my lid and then I'll take it across. That's a really pretty color. I'm actually gonna go in with my J242 shader brush and just take it so that I could better clean up where my crease is so it looks a little smoother. If you wanted to add a little bit of depth but not go crazy, we could take the same brush but now in with Sleeper and just hit the very edge of the lash line and create a little depth there. But again, we're not over blending. We're just adding a little bit more intensity to the lash line. I got so much fallout. Oh my goodness. That was definitely my fault. It's one of the more, not that Sleeper is super powdery, but because of the shade, it could get like this if you put too much on the brush. I might have gotten it on, yep, I did. Gonna help that by sponging that off, kind of, maybe. That's a little better. We kind of fixed it. kind of. Taking my Sonia G Worker 2 and just further blending out the edges of that shadow, top and bottom. I do want to take Chiclet. Now, you don't have to do this, or you know what? I'm going to take Do or Do. I'm going to take Do or Do again with my J242, but add a little bit of that lavender touch to the inner third of my lower lash line. Just cleaning that up a little bit. What I will do on camera is apply Purple Prose to my lower lashes. Fun, I have to say. It's a lot of fun. Oh yes. All right, friends, I'll apply my lashes, come back in for the close-up, and I'll be right back. Here's the finished look, friends. I applied New Balsam Lashes White Russian, and I also added Earth Shine to the inner corner, and I just pat down a little bit of, what is this called? Fan Fiction, the pink matte, to my inner third, and this is what we have. On the lips, I have the Pat McGrath Liquid Lust Gloss in Wicked Whisper. I think we got a little pink on the lid. Go pink on the lip, wouldn't hurt anyone. Probably my lowest key look I will try to attempt from this palette. I feel if you just stick to Pretty Cruel that you can get away with a mauvey purple looking daily eye that's not too overwhelming. You can definitely spruce it up and add the deeper purple shades on the inner corner or just the lower lash line. I think Mr. Sandman is probably the most neutral-ish friendly color out of the entire palette. It's definitely going to give your lid a lot of glitz and sparkle. If you're not into that, you might have to dip out and use a lower key shade with not as much glitz. All right, friends, that's look number one. Let's roll into look number two. I think this look is gonna be the winged one. Let's start off by, I'm gonna do the pink. Why? I'm getting a little irritated. Oh god. Taking my Hakuhodo J5522 in with the shade Fan Fiction. Place that all over my crease. Sorry for the traffic, friends. It's a little close to rush hour now, and I do live on a main street. That's why it's always so noisy and traffic sounding in the background, despite the fact that I'm using my phone as a mic. It's a lot better than my earlier videos for sure, but that's gonna be an upgrade for 2019. All right, now let's go in with the shade Sleeper in with my J5523. Make sure I tap off the excess as we saw before in the first look. If we don't, what will happen? I'm placing that first on the outer corner, and then I'm gonna use circular motions to blend that out. Back in with my bigger fluffy brush to smooth out the edges. This is a very powerful color. Like, if I'm not careful, it can get out of hand fast. Just going back and forth. Again, this is my problem eye for some reason. Same brush, Fan Fiction, lower lash line. Still got some fallout from Sleeper. Sleeper is a tough shade. It has a lot of body to it, and if you're not careful, you don't kick off enough powder off the bristles before you go in on your eyes, this is what's gonna happen. I'm taking Sleeper right to the outer third of my lash line. I'm taking my Wayne number 16 and just using the very fluffy bristles to help diffuse the top. Much better. All right, this is what we're gonna do now. Definitely with my J242 in with Chiclet. We will load this brush and wet it. Now I'm gonna put that on the lid and use the tip of the brush to carve out. And I'm patting it down. Look how purple that is. That's insane. Now I want to go in with Do or Do, the lighter shade. Same brush, but now on the inner part of my eye. I'm taking my B142 Hakuhodo and cleaning up the inner part of my lid so that's looking a little smoother. Using now my Smith 203 small angled brush with the cream gel liner in Piggy Bank. Is that what it's called? Yes. We are now going to draw a wing. I don't know how it's gonna come out, but we're gonna attempt it. And yes, I'm attempting this stupid wing on camera. You're like, you're doing it on purple. I know. I have a plan. I have a plan. I feel with colorful liners, you really have to take it out far and go for it. If you go halfway, it's gonna look like, what you got on there? Do you got anything on there? I don't know. I'm just trying to smooth that out. I'm trying to smooth out the tail more so it looks more pointy. And I'm closing my eyes so I could kind of straighten out that curve. All right, this is what we're gonna do. You could either keep it like this or I'm taking my nameless MAC brush. I forgot what it's called. One of you had called it out down in the comments. This small angled brush, but with bare minimum. I'm going to take bare minimum on the tip of the brush and I'm going to wet it. I'm going to pat it on where we just applied the liner. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but you know what? We're going for it. It's fine. Now I want to go in with Earth Shine, but I'm now going to take that same brush. Also will spray. No, I won't do that. You know why? Because I have this brush. You know what? I won't do that. I have this brush, my little Hakuhodo shader, still with Earth Shine. Definitely will spray still. But now in the most inner portion of the wing. So it's like a gradient effect. Some's kind of happening here. I have a bunch of fallout because I loaded the MAC brush and now it's just all over my face. But that's fine. I'm gonna do this. Goodbye. 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 How does that look? Nuts? I know. I do want to take our small shader with Piggy Bank and just do my waterline. Perfect brush for this. It's not stabby. It doesn't make me tear up. It's like the best. For the lower lash line, I'm going to use Blue Your Mind. See how that looks. With the purple and the blues, like we're going nuts here, man. All right, I'm going to temp the other eye and I'll be right back. Here is the finished look with the metallic wing liner. How do you like it, friends? I have to say, this eye was giving me some problems and I was like, Alicia, you cannot give up. So I hope you like it. I try to do something different, especially just take advantage of the different shades and how we can use them. I could very much have kept the cream liner as the color it came in the pot, but I thought, why not pop a little Metallica, you know what I'm saying? On the lips, I decided to apply the Colourpop gloss from their holiday collection in Starburst because it had blue sparkles in it and I thought it paired well with the blue thing we got going on in the eyeballs. And also for the inner corner, I forgot to mention when I was up close, I placed Earth Shine on the inner corner as I thought that gave really nice brightness to the eye and it just ties in together well with what else, you know, is going on with the lids. Let me know what you think down below and let's move on to the final look. Whew, almost there, friends. Look number 3. I know I still got some purple going on my lower lash line. You know what? It's fine. I don't care. Definitely now going in with my J5522 in with Kitten Fish. Now just to my crease. And I think because since this is the last look, I'll actually apply mascara on my lashes. Maybe we'll do a combination of the blue and the purple, eh? I also want to do the cream liner again. I know I already did it, but I also want to show how it looks on its own as its own color. Lighten you up a little bit. It's about that time of day where the sun's starting to drop, but we still got light to work with, so we're not giving up. I'm gonna take Pretty Cruel, or you know what? I don't know. Let's see. Hold on. Actually, I'm gonna take Pretty Cruel with my J5523. I don't know if it's gonna make much of a difference. Like, is it gonna warm it up some? Are you guys too light? That's a little better. Taking Kitten Fish with the same brush, but now under my lash line. Now you know I can't do a video without using my wing. I love my Hakuhodo purchases, but you see, I gotta use this, okay? I'm actually gonna take a little bit of both Sleeper and Fan Fiction and put that on the outer V. I don't know how that's gonna go, but I'm curious. Not bad. We got something going on. I don't know what, but I'm actually taking both shades and placing them on the inner third of my lid. Taking Kitten Fish with the bigger Hakuhodo brush and just smoothing out the edges. Taking more of Sleeper on my number 4 and just applying more of that on the outer V. And I'm placing a little bit of Sleeper as well on the lower lash line. Pretty. So we have a 234 in with Bare Minimum. This is a gorgeous deep magenta shade, and we're gonna hit that with some Max Fix Plus right on the center of the lid. So gorgeous. J5523 with Sleeper, the deep eggplant matte on the inner third. Just add a little more smoke there. I'm gonna pull it across the crease as well to connect. I want to add a little bit of Earth Shine, but on top of Bare Minimum, just to add a little dimension to the look. So it's gonna liven it up with the blue duochrome finish. If you want it to look just magenta, you could just keep it as. I love layering shadows, and it also offers up another look using the same shadows but in a different way. I'm gonna take my Wayne number 3 but with Kitten Fish and just fluff it higher towards my brow bone, just to give a little more gradient, and also on the bottom as well, why not? Taking Do or Do with my Hakuhodo J242, and I'm placing that on the inner third of my lower lash line. I'm gonna wet it too because I need a little more stick. Same area, and it really livens up the shine on that as well. I'm also gonna take a little bit of Chiclet with the same brush and just pull it towards more the outer portion of my lower lash line. I'm using my finger just to smudge it a bit so it's more grungy looking and not so precise. Taking the same brush but with Mr. Sandman, placing that on the inner corner, using my fingers as well, alternating back and forth to get those pigments into the skin, kicking off any fallout there. I'm going to take BFF Blue You Mine on the outer portion of my lashes and take Purple Prose on the inner. Alright friends, I'll apply mascara, we'll get a close-up, final thoughts, and I'll be right back. Alright friends, here is the finished look. I'm sorry if I look a little crazy. The mascara, you know, when I set my face, I should have done it before. I applied the purple mascara on the inner part of my lashes and the royal blue on the outer. I mimicked what I did here on top, so hopefully you like what we did. And we have the magenta shade on the lid with Earthshine, and I feel like it gives it a really like nice purple pinky look. Don't you think? On the lip, I have the Rouge Liquid from Dior in Jungle Matte, topped with Pat McGrath's Liquid Lust in Faux Real, lined with Makeup Forever's Artist Color Pencil in Versatile Chestnut. I also applied a little bit more blush and my highlight because this was the final look and I wasn't going to take it off. And maybe, what do you think? I love this mascara. It's a good mascara for it being like a special color. It's giving me the blue and it's giving me the lift, friends. I love the curl and I love the volume. Not bad. Final thoughts on It's My Pleasure. I mean, you can't get a better deal than this. It's all purple. You have different nuances of purple, magenta, dual chromes in here. Keep in mind that the more sparkly shades are soft. If you can see here when I turn the pan on its side that there's a little dip in each of the pans. Just be careful that you kick off whatever you need to do off the bristles before you apply the shades on your lids. Maybe use your fingers for the more sparkly shades to apply on your inner corner or your lid. As far as I'm concerned with performance, outstanding. This is a fantastic purple palette. You have 4 mattes that you can kind of change the degree of purple if you want it to be more mauve, if you want it to be more purple exclusively, and you just have a lot of options here, especially with these 2 metallic shades that I feel will steer the eye more purple or more magenta. If you don't want either of that, you can use one of the more neutral shades, which is they're not really neutral, but they do have a different color story going on. Mr. Sandman, I feel, is pretty silvery in nature, and I feel you can get away with it on its own because look at that beautiful shine it has. This is what we had on the first look, and I thought that was a phenomenal lid color. And also the matte. This is a really great matte. On the pan, it looks very dusty and pastel, but you saw how well it applied. I'm NC42 MAC, mostly on the tan spectrum of foundations. For that to show up as purple as it did and as pastel-y as it looks in the pan, not too bad. Sleeper, you just gotta be careful with. You saw I got a lot of fallout because I didn't kick off the excess off my brush, and just make sure that you pat it on first and then blend out. This packs a punch, so start very small, build it up, take your time. Unlike, don't do what I did, okay? Don't rush. Fan Fiction, great depth, nice rich pinky color that I feel will, of course, you saw pairs nicely with Kitten Fish or even with Pretty Cruel. And I love Pretty Cruel, man. You know I love my mauves. It's just you can't go wrong. And this is a great shade to just apply all over your lid, crease, lid, lower lash line, and you're done. If you don't want any sparkle, any nonsense, I mean, I wouldn't get this palette to begin with. But if on that day you just want to go low-key and all matte, this is a beautiful shade as an all-over eye look. And those are my thoughts on the palette. Definitely happy I purchased it. Will be using it again. I'm very impressed with these mascaras. I don't have all the colors, but I am encouraged to now buy more because like the yellows and the reds and the greens, I'm intrigued to see how those colors perform because I absolutely love the royal blue. love. And I love this cream liner. I know I put the metallic shadow on it because I just had to. But this on its own on maybe like a beige eye or a more neutral eye that will help stand out this color, I think is a great idea. And this has great coverage. There's no streakiness to it. Let me know down below if you have It's My Pleasure, how you've been playing with it, your favorite shades from there, ideas you've been doing, if you tried the Colorful BFF mascara from Colourpop, or do you have any other different colors from the Creme Gel Liner Pot? Let me know down below. And until then, friends, that's a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, friends, I'll see you on here again with another chit chat, tutorial, demo, or review. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.